What's good, YouTube? V here. So I talked about the other day about where you can get German, Spanish, Italian, French Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and it's right over here. E-Man Games. Here's their Facebook page. I'm gonna link it below. They also have a YouTube channel. Check it out. They have all the German national players at top. Great guys. Actually, I think it was the Trickster, the kid that won German Nationals. I commented on the video asking a question, and he actually was the one responding back, which was kind of cool. Here in the States, anyone that wins an event, you comment back, and they don't go, "Oh yeah, by the way, it is what it is." But they actually responded back, which I thought was really cool. And you just you get to type of messages to them and whatnot. And this is a YouTube channel, but for the most part, if you want, now they mainly do German cards, but they can get French cards, they can get Spanish cards, they can get other languages, but they mainly German cards. You can click on send a message, and normally you could ask them, hey, what event you're going to be at. They attend events in the United States. They were recently at Nationals, and you can get German cards, swaps. So the cards I'm about to mention in Market Watch, this is a deck core Market Watch. You get these cards swapped out for German or Spanish or Italian versions. They said that for other languages besides German might take a little bit longer, but they can get you them, and the shipping isn't insanely long. I know I bought an eBay a couple of times. Shipping can take up to like a month. No, shipping's not long at all. And another thing I really like about these guys, because I went and talked to them. Let's say you see this Market Watch, you see a card you want to buy, and the card's $2, and you talk to them, and they go, "Okay, you want to buy 50 German, whatever cards for $2 a piece? We got you." That price is now locked. They will sell it to you even if the price spikes in value. They'll stick by their word. And I thought that was something really cool. So guys, please check them out. Really nice guys. I met the owner. I met the rest of the guys. They have Joshua Smiths in their team. Great guys. I can't highly recommend them enough. If you want foreign cards, this is probably the easiest way to do it. And if you want to go to Yu-Gi-Oh event, they'll actually meet you at a Yu-Gi-Oh event. You go, "Hey, listen, bring all the wind-up shit." And so if you're going to X Yu-Gi-Oh event, they'll actually, when you go to that Yu-Gi-Oh event, they'll wait for you and have the wind stuff in the language of your choosing, and you could do a swap. And if it's low rarity, they might not charge you. A little bit high rarity, they might charge you depending what it is. But I think it's a really cool service doing for community guys. I highly recommend them. I have a full Sky Striker deck around here somewhere. I'm actually, they might be going to the YCS 200 in Ohio. They're still working, trying to see who they can get to go out there. But yeah, this is awesome, guys. You can bring all your deck course and swap them out, as long as you message them first. Message them first because they'll bring the main stuff. But if you want something different, like let's say scraps, they'll have that in a different language for you guys. So once again, guys, great. These are great guys. I highly recommend you check them out. Not sponsored. I'm just doing it because I think it's a great service to the community. Just throw it out there. Okay, so let's talk about deck course. I kind of touched the other day about Link Reigns Pack and how Link Reigns Pack 1 happened, and everyone goes, "Well, is there going to be a Link Reigns Pack 2? Yes. Yes, there is. When Konami numbers things, there's usually more to follow. Like Astro Pack 1, and everyone's going, "Will there be Astro Pack 2? Yes. OTS Pack 1. Will OTS Pack 2 come out? Yes." And I think that looking at OG and seeing the fact that they have Link Reigns Pack 1, it only goes to show that they're going to have Link Reigns Pack 2 coming out. And it's going to have a support for more legacy type decks. And in this video, I'm going to go over those kind of cards that I think are relatively cheap, or people are not looking at, or maybe some cards that might have went up in value, but cards that are dirt right now. Cards that if you brought to locals, you'll get laughed out of the locals. But have they get some new Link support? That's all it is to make those decks tier 1. A new Link monster for some of these decks can change the game. And now I'm showing you guys Insect the Horn, and you're probably saying, "V, we got Insect to Piccafelina, I can never say his name right." Right, we did. But we didn't get Insectors unlocked yet. You see, in the OCG, Insectors are fully unlocked right now. They're all off. And I get it. They're not doing nothing. They're showing no mainstay play. But here in the States, we're a little bit different. Our mentality's different. The gameplay's different. Our balance is definitely different. And I think that if Insectors was to get fully unlocked here in the States, it actually might do something in our meta. Insector Piccafelina is basically Dagus to Emerald, and that one card makes decks pretty damn good. And to have it for Insector specifically might be the push once Insectors are fully unlocked. If we was to have 3 Hornet, 3 Dragonfly, that would make this deck good. Now looking at the price of Insectors, they spiked really high when we got news of announcement of Piccafelina. And look at price trends. It's showing stabilization. Market price is showing it to be $5, but if you look over here, it's like $3 for Hornets. Now, if you want a first edition, it's going to run you actually $1 more. But for the most part, it's not expensive for Inspector Hornet right now. He's very cheap right now. And if Inspector wasn't get unlocked, maybe they will. Maybe everyone will get excited about him. They'll be hyping the market, but it might not see play. I get it. But the price will go up, and you can sell those cards to people that will want to buy those cards on the hype. Sell them to the hype, make your money. You know, don't believe all the speculation. Just sell to the hype. And then another card, another attribute, deck type. I don't know how to fucking say it, but I talked about before was Bujins, and how Bujins are so fucking. They're just sleeper. In my opinion, it's only a matter of time before Bujins come out of nowhere and become a top tier deck again. Now you go real V with your evidence. I don't have any. I'll be the first to say I don't have any. Except, Bujins haven't had a reprint in a long time. Konami loves doing this. They love bringing out something like Bujins, bringing a new card to make Bujins playable. The market goes crazy. Let's say Bujins go up in value, the older shit, and then Konami comes out of nowhere with the new card. That set sells hot because everyone wants a new card, and then everyone goes, wait a minute. Konami goes, wait a minute. We're gonna reprint Bujins, secret rare Yamatos. Here, everybody, and everyone buys the reprint set because they want to have access to Bujins Yamato. And then, of course, subsequently, Bujins Yamato gets hit in the ban list probably, or whatever happens. But looking into it, it actually spiked already. I talked about this a while ago. It was 6s when I bought my playset. I mentioned for you guys in the Market Watch. I think it was a previous deck on Market Watch. It's now about $9 to $10 for Bujins Yamatos, and then the price quickly goes to $11 for that card. Now, the rest of the Bujins stuff is really relatively expensive still to get. If you're doing high rarity Bujins, it's an extra couple of dollars, and for almost no reason. It's really extra couple of dollars for a lot of this Bujin stuff right down here. Except Sasanoos, the card's like really needed. The ulti first is like $2-3. Ulti Tenkis are gonna run you some good money. Super Rare Bujin Carnations are like $2-3 each on eBay. Super Crane's the same thing here. On TCG Play, you might get them a little bit cheaper. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's go look at Tenkis real quickly. Because Tenkis have had some weird movements. It had an expectation for fur hires, and then it didn't. And then it didn't play in fur hires, and now I think it's calming down. Looking at 5 formation Tenkis, they're roughly about $26, so still higher than they originally were. Market price showing to be $28. They're under the market price, but yeah, this is another card that I think was a good buy for a while. I think it was around 18 when I talked about it, and now it just went up because of the fur hire hype. But if Bujin was show any kind of relevance, if Bujin was to get a link card, 5 formation Tenki would absolutely go in value as well. Up next, Zoo. Now, unfortunately, Zoo deck would tell went up in value. I don't know why this is all happening. Is Bujin Zoo really that fucking good? Is it really that much? I made a deck because I enjoyed the deck. I like the deck. I talked about it, Jesus, months ago. And now we're seeing Zodiac Whiptail get bought out. This card was like $6. Now it's about 19s. I don't know why. Market price did show a price to have about $10. I'm not saying Zoo's gonna make a big comeback, but if Bujin wants to once again get that legacy support, Zodiac Whiptail obviously would be mixed in that. Zodiac Whiptail works so great with the Bujin Exceed monsters. It's almost insane not to see that happen. Unfortunately, it's really expensive, but Zodiac Whiptail did get it reprinted as like super rare, so you guys still will have access to it for a relatively cheap price. Unless you're like me, who's nothing but a rarity whore. Main deck rarity whore, I should really say. Unless it's collective stuff. Some collective stuff, like my deck cores, I'm slowly rarity whoring them out. Up next, Pendulums. Now, not all Pendulums, and I understand Pendulums just got second place. Pendulums are not going away anytime soon. Konami's keeping Pendulums. This is a fact. We know this. Just like they're keeping fusions and synchros, and just like they're releasing cards for all that shit. With that said, Pendulums, in my opinion, is still a broken mechanic in the game. It comes and goes because if it gets a good enough amount of cards, it just comes out as, hey, I'm a good mechanic. Now let's come back over here to perform our Pendulum Sorcerer, which only got 2 things. The 2016 Mega 10s, you don't care about that one. You care about the perform our Pendulum Sorcerer that came out in Bosch, which at the time was about a $100 card. I'm sure you forgot about that. This card at one time was $100. Looking at it, it's $2. $2. For a deck core, I think Perform Pendulum Sorcerer is a card you just want to hold to put to the side. You don't even need to get a whole Pendulum cards and throw it in a deck box and put it aside. You just grab Perform Pendulum Sorcerer because it's that damn good. It's just a good card. And it's cheap. And it came out in 2 printings. And that's the better printing. I don't think the price will go up in value in the near future. But if Pendulum was to get any kind of support, Perform Power kind of Pendulums, this is the card people are going to be going for. This is the card that's going to be going up in value. Up next, Heralds. Now, Heralds have came and went time and time again. With the initial release, they were the meta deck, and then we got that new spell card. Who's I forgot the name of the spell card. God, I forgot the name. I can't believe I forgot the name of the spell card. Let me click on it. Watch it come up in the bottom. Ritual Sanctuary, which made it pretty good again. Well, Heralds aren't dead. They're not out. They're probably the best counter deck in the game. You can say counter fairies, sure, but you'd be wrong. It's Heralds. Heralds are the best counter deck in the game because they show them the best amount of previous tops for players, and they're still fucking good. And in the meta we're in right now, where resources are relatively thin for a lot of YuGiOh players, where a lot of YuGiOh players can't just go off in the field, Heralds are really good right now, just not talked about. Now, what if they was to get a Link monster? What if they get a Link monster that require like 2 fairy type monsters? Simple. That worked with Herald. That allowed you to add fairy type monsters from your graveyard to your hand that was sent there to the field this turn. Or something crazy like that. Well, that would make Heralds pretty fucking good. And I think Heralds in general are just asleep. Just going. They come back, they ravage the meta, and they go back to sleep for a while. And then new cards come out that makes them good, and they come out and they're like, oh, okay, it's time to beat the meta's dick in. I'm in. I think Heralds is very good, guys, and I think you can get pretty much shit Infinite Gold. Ugh, I hate looking at that. But I recommend just getting either the Gold Series or the Ulti. Not even the Ultra Red, the Ulti from Shining Darkness. Gold Series actually, this Gold Series looks gorgeous, to be honest with you. Only $6. Up next is Blackwings. Now, obviously, there's a lot of Blackwing hype. Blackwings are getting pumped up. Doshi loves Blackwings. They love Blackwings, and they love Heroes. Doshi loves those decks to no end. Years after the Blackwings were hit here in the TCG, when they were first hit in the TCG, Doshi kept playing Blackwings on and on and on and on again because they love it that much. Same with Heroes, by the way. But looking at Blackwing support was inevitable. We were getting like drip-fed random cards throughout sets for Blackwings, and it was only a matter of time before we got something for Blackwings. In my opinion, I think Blackwings should get a field spell, but the new stuff coming out for Blackwings isn't that bad. I'm not sure it's going to be meta-defining, but it's not that bad. I think if we used to get, Blackwings with all this new support, and Konami comes or cuts it around and goes, by the way, you like all that new support with Blackwings? Here's a new Link card now. There you guys go. Now you guys can play you can have even more extended YuGiOh gameplay through this card. I think that's all it would take for Blackwings to be a top tier meta deck. Unfortunately, a lot of prices have risen, like I said, because of the speculation, but we're in the dead season. Just all you need to do in the dead season on certain things you want is keep an eye on them. But for the most part, unless there's any kind of news, and the lack of news is better for you, there's lack of news on Blackwing support, these cards will go down in value. Hype brings it up, no information brings it back down. And for Blackwings, that would happen. Will it happen? Who knows? No one really does. If Konami announces Link Range Pack 2 and announces a Blackwing Link monster, you're fucked. These prices aren't going anywhere. Up next, Monarchs. I just typed in Monarch. Monarchs. Monarchs come and go, and you gotta have the best, that super duper Down syndrome to not think that these are not coming back again. I said before, Great Keepers are gonna come back, which they did. Now next up, it's gonna be either Monarchs again or Six Sams. Being the fact that we recently got Six Sam support in Spirit Warriors, I think after Great Keepers come back, ravage the meta a little bit, when they die out, we're going to go back into Monarchs again. We're going to get more Monarch support again. Monarchs have made, 3, arguably 4 comebacks in the game of YuGiOh. Wouldn't be surprised if Konami brings them back again. They're relatively inexpensive, and they're really fucking good. In case you guys forgot, their field spell locks off the extra deck. Just play Monarchs against Gokis, play field spell with a Monarch, and watch Goki players just calculate how the fuck they are. They enter us heavily. It's just, Monarchs are just really that damn good, and can easily come back into the game of YuGiOh. Don't sleep on this deck. Up next is Spellbooks. Evidently I have Jason's Spellbooks. Okay, Spellbooks. Spellbooks haven't gotten nothing. What? I typed Spellbook. I got Fire Information Tanky. Spellbooks haven't gotten nothing at all. We thought that what's her name? The Link monster that came out in the Shonen promo, Summon Sorcerer was work for Spellbooks. She doesn't. She just looks like she does. She don't do shit for Spellbooks. We thought that Spellbooks were going to get some new kind of Link cards or new monsters, which they desperately needed. Because Spellbooks obviously have the best spells, but no monsters. They have decent monsters, but not monsters that could allow them to the plus or to recur the game state properly. And for extra deck cards, Spellbooks don't have almost any. Besides the very few they have that were good at the time when they were released, but not good now. Going back into it, guys, spellbooks are going down in value. Spellbook Secrets was hitting about $35 when Notch was announced to come out, and now it's, what is it, $16. Prophecy is going lower value. Knowledge, I don't want to talk about the card's price until it's reprinted. I'm so bad at guessing this card price. Spellbook of Fate is like $6, $7. It's nothing. Spellbook Tower from Abyss Rising is nothing. These are all relatively inexpensive. And a lot of people, for the most part, forgot about this set because it came out in Return of the Duelist. So everyone forgot about spellbooks. And everyone's like, okay, we're done with spellbooks. I mean, you can hold secrets because we got spellbook knowledge. We're gonna run that engine. It's not gonna work, but whatever. You can run that engine. But for the most part, everyone forgot about spellbooks. Everyone forgot about I was gonna say Prophecy Destroyer, but it's not Prophecy Destroyer. The spellbook monster who is, where is he? Wait, I'll click on High Priestess for a second. High Priestess, which is amazing, by the way. Everyone forgot about High Priestess, who pops card in the fields. Or what about this fucking card? Everyone forgot about this card. Ask your friends, what does Word of Prophecy do? Go to your friends right now, talk to them on Facebook, or talk to them if you're at a card shop. Go, hey, what does Word of Prophecy do? Nuke the field, add you back 4 spellbook cards. Right? Is it 4 or 2? 2 spellbook cards. Oh no, you view 4 spellbook cards. You add back 2. Yeah, that card. What does that card do? And what does Ash Blossom gonna do against Word of Prophecy besides stay in your hand as you blow the field away? Or what's Draw and Lock gonna do against this card? Just drop it on the field. 0. Ash Blossom can't stop it from coming out though, but still, well, not inherently when you want to use Temperance, but still, good cards are good cards, and I don't know. I think spellbooks don't need that much to become a meta deck again. It's not. Once again, this is why I'm doing this market watch. I'm talking about decks that people are that Konami might just make a new 1 or 2 cards, definitely 1 card in case of spellbooks, to make these decks viable again within the meta. These decks are starting to get cheaper. In the case of spellbooks, they're going down in value because Yu-Gi-Oh players are focusing on this over here, the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot archetype. I still can't remember his name, but people forget about those and they're forgetting about these. And they'll leave these in the binder for nothing and get cards that are expected to be good for those decks. Then what happens, as Konami has always have done, they release shit like this for spellbooks or Bujins or Insectors or whatever it is. Next, Harpies. Let's talk about Harpies for a minute because nobody has. Harpies are, oh my god, this is the hardest card to get in the deck, but Harpies are, for the most part, almost a collector's deck. Almost a collector's setup that collectors will have this kind of stuff. And well, not maybe maybe $500 Cyber Harpy Lady, which is retarded, but I'm talking like Harpy Harpist, just the main core Harpy stuff. Harpy Dancer, Pet Dragon, Harpy Chandler, which is starting to calm down. They had a crazy buyout. This was bought out 100%, and now they're coming in about $10 to $11 for Harpy Chandlers. By the way, this was always like 6 to 8s. Now they're at 10s because of the initial buyout, by the way. 10 to 11s. But what I'm trying to say is Harpies, and how Harpies have gotten nothing, and how we know Konami loves giving themes on Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Amazon has got some shit. Blue Eyes, Dark Magicians. It's only a matter of time before Konami goes, my Valentine, that was her name. Give her some Harpy. Release Harpy stuff. And I'm not sure if it's going to be good. I really don't know. But the hype and speculation will make Yu-Gi-Oh players, and not only Yu-Gi-Oh players, but collectors want to buy into Harpy stuff. And these prices will increase in value. It's only a matter of time. Up next, Cosmos. Now, they just recently came out. I get it. They're still, in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh, in the world of all these other decks, they're relatively fresh. I understand that. But with that said, I don't care about any new cards for Cosmos. Cosmos is the only archetype on this deck type, whatever the fuck, on this list that does not need new cards. Don't give us new cards. Just unlock Cosmos and let's see how the meta is. It'd be really interesting. I don't know if Cosmos would be blowout, but it'll be a deck that I think could fight. Now, Cosmojos is going down in value. It's about 10s. These were about 20s. High prices 35s. Destroyer was like $20, $25. I had a play set. Sold mine, bought them at 4s. But look what's happening. Dead Season, like I said, guys. In Dead Season, these cards' prices go down in value. Destroyer is holding about $10.47 in market price, but it's about 9s and dropping. And will continue to drop. Destroyer's going to hit 6s. It's going to hit 6s. 100%. Tin Can, which always kind of shocks me. It's about $10 right here on market price, but over here on Unlimited's about 8, probably about 9 to 10 for first editions. This card was always $10 for the card. It's dropping as well, and it's 70, and there's not like a little bit. There's 73 prices available. Eclipser, which I think is an amazing card. People need to really read this fucking card. It's another card that's about 7s. And I said it before, when it was hitting, like when it was around the $10 price range, Eclipse is gonna hit 6s. That's the price it's always been at, and that's where it's going to hit. Dark Lady's about 5s, and she's gonna drop down to 4s soon. That's her price point. And then you got Dark Planet, you got the rest of the Cosmo stuff over here. But what I'm trying to say, and Cosmo Town from Astro Pack is like $1, which is amazing for super rare. What I'm trying to say is, if Konami makes Destroyer go to 3, would you play Cosmos? If Cosmo Destroyer today gets an E-Band, unlock that 3, would you play your deck you're playing right now? Or would you play Cosmo Dark Destroyer deck? Would you play Cosmos in general? Would you run Cosmojos with the hand traps? Would this be a viable deck within the meta? Please comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I read every single one of your comments, and this is one I definitely would love to read. Another thing is Fright First. Even though I'm not that I hate Fright First, I had someone ruin it for me because I really liked it, and someone just started babbling about it and messed it up for me. But Fright First, looking at Fright First and how relatively inexpensive they really are. I know what you're gonna say. Hey V, patchwork, I get it. But what about if we got Link Reigns pack, and then we got a Fright for Link monster? They made it pretty good, and then Konami over here comes out and goes, "Hey, here's a shitty set, here's a trash set, but we're gonna give you the Fright for Link and Patrick in this set." It's pretty good. The set will sell. It will definitely sell. Fright for Gold's previous releases from like Duels Pack Dimensional Guardians, Docs. Then they come out and they got some Fusion Enforcers as well. These cards will still hold their value, which they currently are, and some other Fright for cards that are a little bit hard to get, like maybe the Show and Jump Fright for Tiger, might increase in value. I know it got a reprint, but people want the high rarity as well as the harder printing to find, which is what the Show and Jump. But Fright is something that's really interesting as well. And then you get this Fright for Daredevil, card that everyone pulled and nobody wanted. If you actually bought those Dimensional Guardians, why? I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk about Fables. So Fable Grimmo kind of went up because of Nightmares or Troymares. That's why Fable Grimmo is still holding its high price, by the way. But Fables is still really fucking good. You know what Fable needs? Not monsters. Fables is you got Spellbook for spells. You got Fables has all monsters. If you give them the opposite things that they need, they'll show more viability within the meta. Like Fable getting more spell cards. Fable could get a Link monster, that'd be amazing as well. But get some spell cards. Maybe some trap cards. I'm more leaning towards Fable's getting actual spell cards. But a Link would absolutely help this deck out a lot. And I think Fables are really good. It's a discard deck for anyone that hasn't played it. If you guys don't know what it's about, it spams the board. It makes pretty cool things. Besides Fable Grimlock being high in value, Fable Raven, which was a money card in Duel's Revolution, is only about like $4 to $5. You got other ones. You get Fables and Dual Terminals still. They're still relatively cheap. Why they still are. Kraus Dual Terminals still like $2 to $3. These aren't nothing. And if Fable was to get a reprint or get a new card, the hype alone will make this card prices go up in value. It's absolutely the Dual Terminal versions. Infernities. Oh my god, Infernities. They haven't really did anything in so long. And I don't know. Would the balance unlock Infernities, you guys think? 3 barriers? 3... Well, that barrier's at 3 already, right? Isn't it? It's been a while. I forgot. Inferni Launcher was the one that hit. Unlock Launcher. It'd be really cool to see Infernities get an Inferni Link monster. That's it. That's what I need. It don't have to say Inferni in its name, to be honest with you. There's a Link monster that says if you have no cards in your hand, you get to do this cool effect. I think that's all Infernities would really need to be like a meta deck. It'd be really interesting to see what happens if that was to be the case. But looking at barrier guys, they're about $4 right now. Mirage is the money card, which is about $4 right now, 4 to 5s. You kind of need Doom Dragons, but really, Necromancer's got DTs. That's about 3s. Archfiend actually was money. Archfiend got bought out not long ago. I think it was the promo Archfiend, which I didn't agree with, which is now it's about $4. I think the best Archfiend is a dual terminal Archfiend, which is $1 from DT7. You know, DT7, there was a lot released. I still think this is the best version. If you're looking for that, don't look at the other ones. You really don't need that one. But yeah, these two probably the best ones. I prefer DT7 in front of the Archfiends. Up next, Dark Worlds. Now, we're seeing Dark Worlds already go up in value. We're seeing that happen with Dark Worlds. People are seeing, like I said, Loch Ness Monster, Nessie, Bigfoot. I've heard that fucking deck already. The new thing coming out. We've seen that. But we didn't. What with Dark Worlds and all these cards are going up in value, people kind of forgot about this card, Dark Smog. A card that came out in both Photon Shockwave and the special edition Abyss Rising, and that's it. Here's what it does. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, discard one fiend-type monster, and banish that target. Now, I don't know much about the new archetype, but I knew that Dark Worlds can work with it. And if Dark Worlds can work with it, Dark Smog is a pretty good card. The Dark Smog is actually a really good card when you want to get rid of hand traps, like Ash Blossom. When you put a picture of Ash Blossom, you could chain Dark Smog, banish the Ash Blossom, and there ain't no problem with that Ash Blossom doing it anymore because it's not in the graveyard. YuGiOh. Still a great card, guys. Came out Photon Shockwave, relatively cheap. About $1 to $2. Price is showing going down in value. Once again, $2 right over here, guys. First edition, same thing, $2 for Dark Smog. This is a great card. I think I opened my first Market Watch investment talking about Dark Smog and how I thought it was a great card and how I think it's a long-term investment, but still a card that you might want to be interested in due to the fact that once again it came out in Abyss Rising Special Edition and Photon Shockwave, and that's it. Pretty good. Stellath Knights. Needs a Link Monster. Needs a Link Monster and Ptolemaeus. Ptolemaeus would be great. Don't need a Link Monster, give us Ptolemaeus. In case you guys forgot, Stellath Knights have Stellath Knight can sell a diamond, which is fucking amazing against Burning Abyss. Like Stellath Knight can sell a diamond, beats the shit out of Burning Abyss. One card. Just fucks up Burning Abyss. And I think that Stellath Knights wants to get a Link Monster to help him progress the game state a little more easier, to recover from getting hit with like an Ash or draw any of that stuff. I think that's all it would take for this deck to also be a top tier deck. Denebs, once again, going for like $4, ain't nothing. All this card is dirt cheap right now for Stellath Knights. I think Stellath Knights, is it Stellar? Let's see about Stellar. For Stellath Knights themselves, Delta Horses are still relatively cheap. They're about $6 from the Ghost Rare from Dual Alliance. DLTs are about 5s. Shivers are about 3s. Diamonds about 4s. Where's the other ones? Diamonds, regular diamonds are less than $1.50. It's just relatively cheap for Stellath Knights, guys. And oh yeah, got these new cards came out. The Pendulum, I forgot about that one. But what I'm trying to show you guys is that Stellath Knights are relatively cheap right now, and even though they're relatively cheap, they're still a great deck core that you're gonna want to pick up on. The last thing I want to talk about is Ghost Tricks. So Lantern went up in value because it saw play at some YuGiOh event not long ago. I think it was a YCS up in Europe. They're about 7s and actually increased in value because of that. But looking at the rest of the stuff, Mary's $4. There's the Lantern, which equals the value, which I hate that. There's Merrigan and an IU card. They're just dirt cheap. Now, Ghost Tricks is a weird kind of deck because even though I think, okay, you have to actually know what's it gonna take to make Ghost Tricks good, like meta good. I don't think it could be done. I really don't. But the hype alone of Ghost Tricks going up in value is pretty much all it really needs for Ghost Tricks, you know, to go up in value. And yeah, you're right. You really don't want to go into getting lanterns, but the other Ghost Trick stuff is relatively cheap to buy. Either card's still a great card to have. The ultis are like $4. Dullahan was a $5 card because it used to beat the crap. It used to beat the crap out of what's his name? It's early in the morning. I don't know. It's a good card. It's the one which card, right? Is it Dullahan? No, I think half the monster. Yeah, it used to beat the crap out of I forgot. You guys fill in the comment below. You know what I'm talking about. It's been a long day. Listen, guys, I just want to say that I wanted to do this market watch on deck course. I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about as far as the meta and as far as the YuGiOh Dead Season. Konami is holding events, which is weird for the Dead Season. Usually, the Dead Season nobody really plays YuGiOh at locals. But Konami's holding events. Then we have an ARG event afterwards the following month. So it's kind of weird what's happening in the game of YuGiOh. For everybody that wants to know about my box tournament, actually it's 2 boxes. For my Patreon tournament, I'm going to have information on that within the next day or 2, so stay tuned for that. But I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I would love if you guys could comment below my videos. I read every single one of your comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that jazz. As well as check out E-Man Games. These guys are excellent. I really do like the work they're doing for the community, and I really do support that a lot for us YuGiOh players, especially rarity hosts like myself, to get high rarity cards. Anyway, guys, it's your boy V. Guys, who got my videos, what you said. You guys have a great day.